attitude adjuster, my favorite one. Hey, it's off. Bam, there's the ball. Make sure you don't put it on wrong like this and cover the hole. Hi guys, welcome back to part 10 of the engine rebuild process. Today we're going to go over one of the most important things in your engine, and that's your oil pump. So we are going to rebuild this and install it today. Those of you that are just joining the whole conversation of rebuilding this engine, the reason I say rebuild it is because I sheared a lifter. Well, actually I didn't shear it, but it fell apart in the engine. We took the engine apart, and based on a discussion I had with Butler Performance, they actually recommended I just buy a new one, and that's what I did. So if you have an old one or you bought a new one, you still need to tear it down and clean it up, and that's what we're going to go through. So sit back, relax. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and then we're going to install it into the block. Oh, and by the way, my apologies. I've actually already done this one, and I filmed it all, and the camera lens was totally dirty, total rookie mistake, and it's terrible. So I don't do a full rebuild in this video, but I'd show some clips from when the camera was dirty, so my apologies. Don't take it on me, please. It's a rookie mistake. It won't happen again. So here we go. Let's get it on. Okay guys, so let's tear down the oil pump, shall we? Now, something to note, that you guys are using a roller cam, you have to get an 80-pound pump. Stock pumps and Pontiac motors are 60-pound pressure. This is 80 psi. You want to make sure those lifters are getting lubricated. You want to make sure they're pumped up. So it's very critical that you upgrade to an 80-pound pump. Now, having said that, let's take off these 1/2-inch bolts. Okay, so the pickup tube, I'm going to try and show the footage from my dirty camera video to show you how I got that out. I basically hit it with a hammer, it came out, and then I hit it with a hammer to put it back in, because it is a press fit. Alright, to get this out, attitude adjuster, my favorite one. It's a rubber mallet, and I have it on the edge of the workbench. Hey, it's off. So there's our plate. That's what our pump looks like. So with this removed, you can actually pull these out like that. And what I did was I went around each of these edges to feel if there are any burrs. And the places where I felt burrs, I actually used a flat or a little tiny file, and I filed off the burrs. Do not touch this surface. This surface is ground, precision ground, and it's made to work with the matching blades. Some pumps have a dot. You see dots. You actually use that to line them up. So the way this works is as the distributor turns our drive shaft for the pump, like that. Actually, take this. So the distributor is on top of here, and it turns the pump. And as the pump turns from the pickup, forces oil into the engine. So it goes out this point. And that's what you do. So I took all the pieces out. Obviously I can't get this one out because this is in the way, but obviously you can figure it out. So you take these out, deburr them, and then make sure you use brake cleaner to wash the whole thing. After you're done with that, it's very important you use WD-40, because you do not want this to start rusting on you, because when these come from the factory they have like a corrosion resistant oil in here. It's not for lubrication, it's actually for corrosion. So clean that out to put WD-40. It works great to prevent corrosion until you get real oil in it. So having said that, I'm going to clean up these bolts because I have thread locker on it, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, you're probably wondering, what about the regulator? I haven't forgotten. I just want to do this first and then take this apart so I don't get any more dirt in here since I cleaned it already. So typically you take all of this apart, so all the pieces you can wash at the same time. Okay, so now I'm putting my bolts back in. I have my blue thread locker. Just a dab. Helps if I have my plate on there. The reason we're using thread locker is you do not want this falling apart in your engine. Okay guys, final step is you torque these down 15 foot-pounds. Okay, those are good. Now let's take care of this bad boy. This is preloaded by a spring. There's a spring in here with a ball bearing on the end, and that is the pressure regulator within the pump. So you can use an open-ended wrench, but what I like to use is a longer socket. So this is my impact socket, because it's going to come flying off of there. And last time I did it, went shooting across the garage. It was pretty funny. You'll see it probably jump right off of here, but at least I'll keep it. It'll be retained inside the socket. See that? Bam, there's the ball. So same drill. You want to clean this off with brake cleaner or your favorite parts washing lubricant, and that's it. So again, after you're done with the brake cleaner, make sure you hit it with WD-40 so it doesn't oxidize on you. Okay, so when you put this back together, you don't have to put thread locker on this because it's preloaded. This spring is constantly pushing on this thread, so it's not going to back out on you. So I'm going to push it down. Trying to get good leverage here so you can see. I need to find where the thread starts. So I have my knuckle pushing down while I'm trying to spin it. And get that thread started. There you go. And again, wrench of your choice. And you want it as tight as possible. There we go. And that, my friends, is how you rebuild your oil pump. Alright team, now that our pump is rebuilt, we can install it. So that engine is clearly upside down, and we're at the back left side of the engine. This is the mounting bolt hole locations. That's where the oil comes from the pickup. And if you look down in there, you can see that hole. That is where our drive shaft sticks in. And the drive shaft has two different ends. One has these little, I call them bumps or tabs. And the other one has a hole down the middle. So you can't really screw this up. You'd really have to try, because if you do it the wrong way, it's going to fall into that hole. The nubs go into that, nub side goes in that hole. And the reason is, the other side that has the hole slips right over where the drive shaft goes. So, very easy. Let's put this right in, and it sits just like that. So the new pump comes with this little paper gasket. Make sure you don't put it on wrong like this and cover the hole. Put on just like that. And frankly, I don't know if this is required or not. So if any of you guys really know what this is for, please leave a comment, because this does not come in the gasket set. It actually comes with a new pump. And when you take the old pump off, you can't reuse this thing. So please let us know if any of you guys know. Leave a comment, it would be great. So I put that down, and then we line up our, let me get you guys a better view. Alright, put this on. We're going to line up our drive shaft. Just like that. Of course, our gasket wants to move around. When you put our bolts in, make sure you use blue thread locker on here. You do not want this coming apart. Again, this is the heart of your engine. Now that our bolts are in, we just have to torque them down to 30 foot-pounds. Alright team, that ends part 10. Rebuilt our pump, installed it, and now we're ready to put the oil pan on. So part 11, we're going to do the gasket and oil pan, and we can turn this upside down and work on the top end. So thanks for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button. See ya.